Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a story that's, been making the headlines, but not getting the scrutiny it deserves.
Y'all after my brother child because y'all feel like, oh, he his cousin. He got to know where he at, this and that. Every time you go around, the ATF behind you. Someone went to my sister's house last night. They took her. I'm just trying to locate where she's at. I said her name is Stephanie Groves. She is the mother of Derrick Groves.
We're talking about Derrick Groves. For those who don't know, that's the escape inmate whose story is more than just a jailbreak.
Derrick, keep going, Derrick, and don't you stop. Don't leave a paper trail. Don't you look back. You change your identity and you keep going. Y'all know his grandmother was murdered by a police officer when he was 3 years old. Derrick has had multiple mistrials, and something about his case does not seem right. I knew that he was going to make it.
Listen, y'all, it's a tale of family tragedy.
Because right now, Derrick Groves' mom is missing. I don't know if she's not showing her face because of her son has escaped. We don't know if she's been held hostage. We don't know if she's somewhere with him. We just don't know. Do anybody know who is Derrick Groves? Do anybody know why did everybody leave once they found out he had escaped? Why did the prosecutors leave? Why did the ones that was on the stand that was testifying against him leave? Why did Derrick Groves leave? And who is Derrick Groves is what I want to know.
Alleged systematic corruption and media narratives that may not be telling the whole truth. Yeah, so don't forget, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, especially if you like reactions like this. Let me stop wasting your time. Let's go ahead and roll the clip. We're about to learn who this guy really is and what's really going on and what are they really trying to cover up. Let's go.
My name is Jasmine Groves.
I'm the nephew of Kim Groves, Pops Porter, and we rocking with Video Wayne to tell our story.
Brown skin with light brown eyes. I got the phone on and the radio. After it's done, go straight uptown and call me.
I actually answered the phone. And when I picked up the phone, I'm like, hello. And the lady said, Kim just got shot, I think she did. And that's when everybody went out the door. And when we got out there, she was laying in the street.
How old were you at the time?
12. I made 13 the next day. My grandfather took her brains and threw it in the levee.
Took her brains?
Yeah, her brains was knocked out of her head. So he went to the levee, and you know, I guess that little ritual thing, you set her free. I have no problem with it being told if it's told truthfully, because it's never Kim Groves remembered. It's Len Davis and the lady Kim Groves.
Alright, so here's where everything gets interesting. Check this out. Derrick Groves escaped from Orleans Justice Center on May 16, 2025, along with 9 other inmates. So it was a total of 10 people. If you ask me, I think maybe he was the mastermind behind it all, but he just needed all of them to be in the way so he could be where he's at today. So reports say that they exploited a hole behind a toilet and scaled a barbed wire fence. But here's where it gets deeper. Derrick is the grandson of Kim Groves, a woman who was unalived in 1994 after filing a police brutality complaint against New Orleans police officer, which his name is Len Davis, and was convicted for orchestrating her unaliving. So that's where the story gets a little bit deep, a little bit tricky, and now you can see the cover-up. I hope you can smell the cover-up. This is like a Prison Break story right here. Like, I don't know if you ever saw the TV show Prison Break. This is exactly what it reminds me of. Let me let this gentleman speak about what's going on. He's going to explain it better. Check this clip out.
So, you know what I'm saying? Let me come and clear the air. Mr. Derrick, he didn't unalive nobody. After doing further research, they have set that man up. He didn't unalive nobody. He went to 3-4 trials, and they acquitted him on all of them, and then they just recently convicted him of it after the 3rd or 4th time. Why they did that is because they gave the family $1.something million for unaliving Miss Grove. The other research I have found is some say he did meet his grandma. You said he didn't. We're just going to leave that there. But I just want to clear the air. Just because you are found guilty of something don't mean you done it. There's plenty of people sitting in jail right now that didn't do a motherfucking thing, and there was no evidence to convict them of it, but just because of the color of their skin, or they might have won a lawsuit, they're sitting behind jail, behind them bars. I personally feel like they're not going to catch Derrick, you know, I feel like he's probably overseas somewhere. You know, I hope he is, because we gotta stop allowing the cops to say this is a criminal, they did something wrong, but then when they turn around and do something wrong, we don't speak nothing of it. Y'all just want to keep talking about what he allegedly did. You planted evidence and y'all convicted that man of something he did not do. Again, Derrick didn't unalive nobody. And no, I'm not getting paid for any of this content. I wish I was. I do my own research and get information from different sources and put them together. So ain't nobody paying me nothing, but I want to come and clear the record and clear my black man that he didn't unalive nobody. They are retaliating because they fucked up. So imagine a police officer doing something to you, you go file a complaint, then they have you unalive, then you got to pay them millions of dollars. Now they mad because they got to pay you millions of dollars, so they go after one of your family members and convict him about something. We live in a dangerous, corrupt world. Again, Mr. Derrick didn't unalive nobody. He was falsely convicted. I just wanted to clear the air and made that nigga run free until that nigga can't see. I hope he never get caught, because y'all, the police, y'all wrong as hell. The prosecutor, the judge, the jury, y'all wrong as fuck. New Orleans, y'all is wrong as fuck. But I can't just say New Orleans because they do that shit all over the world. Here in Ohio, they just like New Orleans. The motherfuckers corrupt as fuck.
All right, now, hope we staying on track, all right? Remember, this is not just about an escape. It's about a legacy. Derrick grew up in the shadow of his grandmother who was unalive. An unalive tied directly to a police corruption. Imagine that right there. So fast forward to today, and he's labeled a dangerous fugitive. But is there more to the story? Makes you think. Are they really making things up? Could there really be a pattern of systematic issue that have followed his family for decades? It seemed like there's something more nefarious happening besides what happened to the grandmother. Makes you think. A lot of covering up. Everybody just flew out. The prosecutors, the jurors, the lawyers. What's that about? That's unheard of. Watch this next clip.
But the thing is, all the people that were involved in his case, that were the reason why he got locked up for this crime, it's kind of, to me, it's like a crime of revenge. All the ones that got locked up behind this, they have actually left town. So this is something serious. All the people that were involved in prosecuting Derrick have left town. So he ain't no joke. I kind of think there is a whole lot to this story. It's going to be revealed as time goes by.
Ironically, he has a deep connection to one of the most notorious in New Orleans history. His grandmother was executed on order of corrupt cop Len Davis.
There is definitely something missing. There's a missing element in the case of Derrick Groves, because from the beginning, when the families of the people that he unalived found out that he was on the loose, they all packed up within minutes and went into hiding. Now, the prosecutors who were closely connected to his case and making sure that they could get convictions have now also went into hiding. So now that leaves me wondering, who exactly is Derrick Groves? Because there are people that are saying that he's a good man.
You see, media outlets are quick to label him as a 4-time unaliver. When I say him, you know I'm talking about Derrick Groves. But let's question that narrative. Let's take a step back, all right? Let's really question things. How much of this is based on solid evidence? And how much is influenced by a family's history with law enforcement? Ever thought about that? Are we seeing justice or just a continuation of a cycle? Y'all let me know in the comments. In the meantime, check this other clip out.
Y'all know they had to try Derrick Groves 3 times for the Mardi Gras slams. And this won't be his first unaliving charge that he has had. So Derrick Groves' first trial for the Mardi Gras slams, it was a 10-2 jury trial. And so that case actually went to the Supreme Court, where they decided that it was invalid, so he was found not guilty of that. But then they had another retrial of that case, and it was a mistrial. So on the third time, they just convicted him in October 2024 for the unalivings in the Mardi Gras case that he had. Now, his prior case in 2017, he was tried for the unaliving of his godfather, which again, he wasn't convicted in that case. So the reason Derrick was able to escape from the New Orleans jail is because he was there waiting sentencing in another case that they found out about in 2019 when he was fighting the Mardi Gras slayings for unaliving 2 more people. So now he has 4 bodies on him. And he's waiting for sentencing in this case. This is a manslaughter case, but he already has his 2 life sentencing and whatever the minimum probably is going to be for the manslaughter cases. So Derrick not trying to go back to jail. Plus his family has like a little history with the New Orleans Police Department. So Officer Davis had unalived Derrick Groves' grandmother before he was born. They just recently reached a settlement with the state or the city of New Orleans for $1.5 million in 2017 for the unaliving of Derrick Groves' grandmother, Kim Groves. I just don't think he's going back to jail. I don't see it happening. If they do, he not going out without a fight. I know he could go out blasting because I don't think he want to go back to jail and be caught up in that.
You see, I'm going to tell you like this. The escape itself raises a lot of questions. I mean, a faulty door, a hole behind the sink or whatever that was, the toilet. I mean, just think about it. We already know that system is broken, super broken. Never had intentions to fix it. But let's talk about the media. Are they providing a balanced view? What's your opinion on that? Or are they perpetuating a narrative? I think they're perpetuating a narrative. It's easier to label him a wolf, a big bad wolf. Some people are even saying this without having any knowledge of what's really taking place. You see, it's crucial to analyze how stories are positioned and question everything that you hear, whether all sides are being fairly represented. Think for yourself. Don't do what Rockefeller wanted you to do. He said he does not want a nation of thinkers. He wants a nation of doers. So basically, he wants you to be wound up like a robot and go about your day. We'll wind you up again tomorrow. That's got to be diabolical if that's the system you following. Well, check these other clips out. It don't stop there, baby. Check this next clip out.
30 years ago, Kim Groves was outside of her lower 9th Ward home. The 32-year-old mother of 3 had filed a brutality complaint against then NOPD officer Len Davis. Groves' complaint detailed watching Davis beat a young man. Davis was alerted to the complaint by another cop and enlisted a hitman to kill her. In 1996, Davis was sentenced to death. Fast forward to 2024, in his final days in office, President Joe Biden commuted 37 of 40 federal death row prisoners, including Davis. Now Davis will spend life in prison without parole. Groves' son Corey said to WWL Louisiana in a statement, "My family has been living with the nightmare of Len Davis for over 30 years. I have always wanted him to spend the rest of his life in prison and have to wake up every morning and think about what he did when he took our mother from us."
So let's not forget, a lot of weird stuff happened that day in that prison. The staff member was nowhere to be found. It was a free-for-all. The entire prison could have walked out, and it looks like no one will have noticed. But I really want to hear from you, all right? What do you think about Derrick Groves? What do you think about his case? Is he a product of systemic failure? Let me know in the comments. Or is the media portrayal accurate? You know, sometimes they got to twist things up to make the story juicy so that you could be really, involved. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's have a real conversation. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one right here. We got to see the end result. They got to come out with more information because this is not enough. You need more peoples. We don't believe you. Now, don't forget, if you find this video thought-provoking, give it a like, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.